Well, basically, in like, hey, yes. For a little while now, I think it has been. Yeah, I think it's taken over. Frankfurt itself and Prague have both been really busy. All the bus sounds, all the people leaving the city, you leave through... Which way is it you actually leave? This way. Fair amount of people spread out around there. And then, of course, you've got the beginning, the Frankfurt beginning of the road is where there's the blockage of people. So, I have tried Flight Sim. I played a fair bit of the 2020 Flight Sim, not the 24. Though, if I ever get some better parts, I might return to it. Birthday card from the king. Well, you are 100 years. How about that? That's impressive. I should have a note. I don't know who does it. There's a streamer friend that does it where when someone reaches 100 stream streak, they write their name down somewhere. Because it's an impressive feat. And I have quite a lot of people by now over 100 stream streak. I need to know who it is. Is he analysing the leak? Apparently there's the leak that you mentioned where prologue and whatever. Yeah, Gamescom stuff. It's just... we're right here. It's Frankfurt. Neon Beige. There's 2 busy roads, technically. And, I mean, if you go near Calais, Calais still has an okay amount of people nearby. It varies on how many you think is busy. Like, if it was just this cluster of people here, that would be a little bit abnormal, wouldn't it? Yeah, Leon, if you check it out, let me know how it goes. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's a shame I'm not at it. Get on the glass. No, it would be the mesh panel. I prefer the mesh one because the mesh version has an extra panel that you can attach to it. We can attach more fans. So air can go into the side or out. But in my case, I want it in through the side of the case as well. So you'd have to be written on, I don't know, one of the other panels, maybe. Alpine Route is the Alps. The Innsbruck to Klagenfurt. The IK Road is the Alps one. Forza News, yeah, I have to say about that. The ones I saw from the brief showcase thing yesterday, there's a Lego Skylines, which just sounds like sort of City Skylines game type, but you're building with Lego, which is interesting. Whether it's a separate game or a DLC or something. Transport Fever 3 is releasing in about a month from now, end of September. Road Kings has a release date, though I'm skeptical on that game entirely because they haven't really shown much. Hello Adriano, big fan. Hola, hola. What else? I mean, obviously there's a load of other games, but they're not every single game I'm looking at. So... yeah, I remember the Forza mode, and also in Fortnite, I think they had a Lego one, and you know, TF3 in September, yeah, 29th of September, that's when it's coming out. That wasn't that bad. Maybe a dodgy merge out or something. Ooh, don't park there. The trailer. Bottom of France to Prague. No, I have not. Which one specifically? Like, what is cities at the bottom of France? Marseille, Nice, Montpellier, maybe? But would you go up through all these bendy roads? I guess you could. They all lead over that way. Yeah, you could. Tim Curry's gone. I did see a video pop up of whenever a prominent person passes away, especially if they were in the music industry, like with Dolly Parton, the King's Guard in Buckingham Palace grounds, they play one of their songs on their instruments, and it sounds really cool. Solid L. Lyon? That's not really bottom of France. Nearly. Rigo, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Big fan. This is how you find out? I have no idea. You just said it 30 minutes ago? Oh, man. Dolly Parton's one was announced at 7 PM. Like the moment I ended the stream, that's when the news came up. And we read it into Thingy, which, why do I not remember his name? He, on his stream, it was mentioned. So good job. You merged out. You bumped people, of course, just to go and get back your own trailer. But why are you not parked with you? Why are you parked behind your own trailer? Who does that? What am I not remember the name. I raided into him. The name doesn't come to mind. It begins with R. Rhodey. Rhodey. We raided into Rhodey. That's the one. Brain fart. The only place capitalism has reached. Not for long. Enjoy much stream. Oh, I see. I'll look that up in a minute. So that was only one part, and then now they're going to try and sort of merge out. With hazards on, that doesn't help, because if you've got both indicators on, how are people supposed to know where you're going? A lot of people drive with hazards on because they pair them up with the beacon lights so that you just have loads of flashing lights everywhere. That does not help. How is anyone supposed to know anything about where you're going? You know? David, how you doing? Shed, big fan. I read chat. Only because chat doesn't start flying by. If I had 5 times the chat speed, there's more chance I will miss some of it. Even some TikTok messages I miss. So, I assume your trailer, trying to park in Muppet, trying to get more trailer. But why are you away from your trailer? I'm sure they'll explain that in their appeal, but 2 times now you've merged out and you sort of not looked first.
It is impossible to purchase a former NYPD Vision SLR light bar post 2001 due to new city protocols and contractual obligations with Federal Signal.
Is it because it's a legal thing, like it would literally mean that you were trying to be police, something like that? Hello, Striv. Welcome in. Another trailer that's been left behind. Whose is this? Yours? Yep. I'm just gonna nip that in the bud real quick. In the bud is what the phrase is. Do I have to check where you are? Are you gonna be in a really dumb place? Shed usually parks in really strange places, doesn't he? There. How'd you drive there? Did you go through the cones? I like that you're role-playing it. Did you go through the cones? Are the cones solid? Just ramped over the cones? But then how'd you get through here, though? Did you drive there in single player, then reload? If you did, then no, you should go somewhere else. Disconnected. Ah, no, you see. You can be kind of out of bounds if you can drive there first. And that does not mean going in single player, driving there because this stuff isn't there and then reloading your save. Get out. Get out. I thought if you were going to park here, like, sure, you can drive over the cones, even though it literally says no parking. Parks upside down. I saw him driving along the fence, chasing Storm, when Storm and Lime were about to do the combined and meaning. Why is this empty? Good question. Did something resolve it, finally? This is meant to be the busy corner. What happened? What happened? Did it finally happen? It's not like we're any, like, severe lack of players, normal player count. What happened? What's up with that? Interesting. Got banned for overtaking over a continuous lane. Ah, you shouldn't do that. That should be a guide at least. If it's continuous, that means it's not safe to do so. Usually around corners. Hello, Bobby. I'm doing well. How's your day going? Got false banned and the moderators ain't responding. They may not respond immediately, though that would be very nice. How fresh is the ban? How recent? Surprise, surprise. The moment you go for it, someone approaches you. The other way to Prague is full for some reason. But nothing changed, though. How did they swap sides? That's interesting. I'll have to look at the Prague end then. Baby Daff, indeed. Baby Daff got knocked. Look at the biddies. He got knocked indeed. And see, we're still trying to sort of squeeze past. But excuse me, you can just go around. It's like, oh, they have space to go around so they can go around. Where's this? Near the fuel station. Good job. On the Frankfurt to Prague road. Not waiting 5 days. 1.5 days. You wouldn't be waiting 5 days. Hopefully. This is not going well. Clearly, we'll have to watch this from a few people's perspectives, right? Not just this one. Can you drive a truck with a tree trailer? Yes, if you mean the olive trees, the ones where the bottoms are wrapped up and they stick out at like an angle. Yeah, those trailers should work. Unless something else. That's the only tree I can think of. Yeah, this didn't really work, did it? No, that didn't really go to plan. When I say to plan, they usually don't have a plan. They just go for it until something inconveniences them enough that they cannot go anymore. This one. And your associate over there, I assume. Yeah, if that is the trailer you mean, then I think so. Official look of GT6. What do you mean? Is it out today? When's that video out? The Netflix one. And then 6 hours later it's on YouTube. I'll have a look at that later. Whenever it's out. Tomorrow. Okay. Person who accelerated when you tried to overtake. Do you have evidence of them doing that? Because that would be very good to look at in the appeal. He tried merging in earlier. The other one is all the way over there. Still going. Still going. 3 p.m. ET. What is that in British? 8 p.m. Oh, that's fine. It's going to be sort of almost feature film length, though, maybe 30 minutes or more, that sort of video type. Yeah, this didn't work. Okay, so if we go... Well, were you bumping? Not really. Yes, kind of. That's not really bumping. You were kind of overtaking for most of it. Maybe you sort of squished this person a bit. Yeah, okay, and then this one. Definitely. What do I think of all these? I don't like the idea that it's been leaked, but at least it's only, until the prologue part, just random gameplay events and side quest stuff. The game is that big that that's still like less than 1% of the stuff you'd ever see in the game. Not much of the map at all. But on the contrary, the game's looking good. It's looking good. It looks really nice from what we've seen. So, both banned, yes. Was there someone else? The one that sort of bumped and this one. Oh, they got hit, didn't they? Good news. And then they reversed, kind of, to try and get out of the way, and then the suspect was moving forward, so they couldn't go around him, and then that triple trailer bounced. I don't know why. I see. Because if you were looking at it from this perspective, it looks like this one had been overtaken to get at that angle, but no. Yeah, we got the car. We got the two cars. So we're done. Suspect was first, then the two cars. And I just wanted to recap on this, which was mainly the suspect's fault. Still busy. How about fuel station? Not too bad here. So it's just people being a bit slow going up the hill. What road and where? Frankfurt to Prague. That should answer both. The busiest direction is towards Prague. Man, had me think of the roses. It's a lot of roses. I appreciate that. You can see in the video filmed by another player that you were about to enter your lane and he wouldn't let you. And you got banned for a month. You got banned and then you had a history ban on top. Sort it through the appeal. If it hasn't been responded to yet, hope it does. But telling me is not the appeal though. And whenever someone explains what happened to them, I have to picture it. Trying to guess what you're saying. Because I don't want to see your footage. I don't want to see that. Don't need to see that. Someone has their tag is looking for BFGF. It doesn't really do much. I definitely wouldn't suggest getting in contact with him. Best group. Damn right. The best one. It's not really a dating platform, is it, you know? No, because they could be, you know, sarcastic and such as well. Hello, Svil. Welcome in. Unless, can I clarify, is the V in your name meant to be an alternating letter for you, and therefore your name is now Sully? Have I been saying Svil the entire time because it's a V? I want to get it right. Which one? That was impressive because they swerved. But it was still a bad idea to overtake there because there was someone oncoming. What does that even mean, Tails? What does it mean? This one's not even going slow. Again, I wish you could see someone else's speed because you know that 80 is not slow. 80 is not that bad. It's probably the speed limit of this road itself. Because it's not a highway, by the way, it's a country road. Vil high get a ban. Which one? Suspect of that one yet? Can you send me the video? No, you cannot. A ban video? No. A report video? No. Neither one. Right, now we're at Prague. Someone said there's quite a lot of people near Prague, right? Overtaking is a ban reason. I just wanted to recap through it. That was a ban. That was. If it's a bad overtake, though, not every overtake leads to a ban. Not every overtake is bad. That's why it's inappropriate overtaking. What do you think of Ronnie? I don't know those types of trucks. I don't. Should I? Are they good? Do they make custom vehicles? Oh, this color scheme. Oh, I've seen people recreate this in game. It's similar to the Holland style, isn't it? It's okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. I do tailor my videos. Yes, I'm a tailor, of course. You trim bits down until it fits, man. Yeah, those look nice. I was also going to look at yeah. T-shirts or singlets? I have no idea. Don't know how to answer that. In a lane have right of way? No, it's not about who has right of way. It's priority from the right as far as most roundabouts. If someone's already on the roundabout, you let them go first. You would use the inner lane if you're taking the third exit from wherever the hell you are. Or if you're doing a complete U-turn, I guess. Most people like to wait. It is getting busy. 3 reports, and the first and the last are accepted. That might be the order that they were seen in, or it might be that there is evidence for the particular player already, so they were clumped together, perhaps? Otherwise, yeah, you'd think they'd be done in order. Don't worry, the second one will be dealt with as well. Eventually. It will. Hello, Early Joe. Big fan. Huh? Oh, and by the way, now we're on the Alps. We'll see how many people are nearby. There's still some people at the restaurant place in the middle. Train World, what's it called? Train Sim World 7. Literal money grab. What's the point? They are really being silly now with Train Sim World 7. I saw the cinematic trailer. Sure, it's cinematic. It looks very nice. What's the difference, though? It's quite literally one game every year now. Train Sim World 6 came out last year. Same game, different number. I liked the idea of... Number 1, of course, was very good because it was a huge improvement over Train Sim, just plain Train Sim. Number 2 had a fairly different amount of things. Number 3 was okay. It had the London Underground or whatever. I did some videos on that. After that, literally no difference. It's all the same. What are they doing? What's Dovetail doing, man? What the hell? The dogs are barking as well. But if you are into that kind of game, then go for it. If that is your type of game, I'm not stopping you from playing it. I'm just saying I'm not going to be. What's the point? I had an idea of, because in each of the games you can collect things like billboards, posters, things like that from each station and so on. I had an idea of going and collecting all of those. That way I know it's done. Like, this game is done. It'll take a while, though. How do you have Snowy Moon? Because Snowy Moon is not a mod, it's a plugin. It uses DLL files, which means it's like an overlay rather than a mod. That crash, look at that. He went in the other lane for a second and then swerved out. I'm taking money, exactly. I'm pretty sure, hopefully they've changed it for Transit Mod 7, but when you load up the game, you know sometimes the game name is different in the file itself. For a very long time it said Transit World 2. It was the exact same loading process as Transit World 2. So this... That's not a bad overtake. A lot of people nearby, but I want to make an exception to that, because that really isn't that bad in this one scenario. 2 people passing. You were lucky there was a gap there. But there's a lot of people nearby. It was a little bit silly. This, did you stutter? Did your game stutter or something? Is that what happened? Not like you had to swerve around this person because they were in the other lane. A few hacking ones, yeah. I think this might be them. They might claim it's lag because that's the restaurant area there. I can see a tiny lag bit. You see how much they're accelerating? If you're lagging, don't accelerate.
Before the merger with the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service, SFRS, in 2013 Aberdeen/Aberdeenshire used to have white fire appliances opposite to the usual red. This was due to a scientific study which found that people found white and yellow easier to see at high speeds compared to the usual red.
Why wouldn't red be very easy to see from a distance? If it's vibrant. Surely it would be fine to see, right? Wouldn't have crashed, yeah, you know. I mean, the coach then swerved away because they were under the assumption that, oh, this person's going to continue going left, like they're left. So they went the other way. And then naturally, you know, Romania route. Yeah, what they do to make you buy each one is they'll have a new thing that's for that game. All the DLCs will still be the same, and you'll still have to buy them for the new game, but then they'll add 1 or 2 more to make it good for that game. It's just a bit silly. Speaking of other sims, there is a farm sim booth, because I was watching S-Fan as well. He goes around and he tries out everything. He saw the massive tractor that was there. The one that has tracks on both sides and costs like 1 mil. It's an expensive thing, you know. And then he drove... I think it was a normal tractor with a cedar on the back of it, and he drove it down a very tight, crunchy road, unfolded it, and then got it stuck. And he was like, ah, next person can deal with that. Classic. So the next person to sit down there is like, what the hell is this? Restart. Hacking, collisions, and blocking. There we go. No. Do I know when 161 will come? No, I do not. Very easy guess to say probably after Gamescom, because why would they drop it during Gamescom? 75 streams. Good to be good. Can you make one for me? You can try and design something. I'm not gonna use... I'll be honest, I'm not gonna use something that someone else made, even if it looks really good, because then I'd want to make it myself. That makes sense? If you made a design and I thought that's really cool, I would try and copy the design instead of using the save that you made it on. Yeah. Tire size. These I think I saw before. I don't know how and why only the back one is sticking out. It's because... why is that? Why does it stick out? You can see what the frame is meant to be. I personally don't like the ones where there's a gap. It doesn't look good with the gap. I'll be honest. It doesn't look good. Hacking, by the way. Yeah, the saving it just doesn't... It just looks so dumb. What's the point? Why is that a good... You've got a nice... Oh, you just bumped there. You've got a nice truck spec going on. It's nice. Maybe the blocking I'd understand from here, but it's not a very long time at all. They need to reverse a bit, not go forward. Was they stuck on the lap? Not my problem now. Oh, did you see how quick all those came in? Just as in that transition period of loading in, another 5 reports have come in. Crazy. I don't know if it's a bugged out wheel thing, because I've seen a lot of people use it specifically. I don't know what they see. I mean, hey, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's just, if you think it looks nice, you can use it. But I'm just saying it doesn't. Not really. Doesn't. And a guy blocking the first crossing. Where is he there right now? What's his ID? What's going on? Good. Slow down. Good. This is hacking by itself, so... Is it? Trying to overtake uphill, that's good. It's gonna go well, isn't it? He got kicked. Ah, you see, well done. Can I review your ban? No. Not by you asking. Yeah, that's why I look at it. Hacking on its own is potential. Because at least people don't spam random things, but in this case, no. No, I don't know why that is one. Unless it's this one down here. Because some of them use fog lights. They like to show off. Not to say that every cheater has fog lights, but it's a pattern, you know. They like doing that. Doesn't seem like they are in that example. Spam, 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 don't spam. How do you become an admin? You apply. But at the moment you cannot apply because it's not open. You were able to a few months ago. Now you cannot. It's not open for very long. That was Frankfurt to Prague. This is the Alps. Yeah, don't say his name because his ego gets stroked when you say his name. He likes that. He likes the attention from saying his name. Put all the hackers in the same boat and just say they are just bad people. They're all the same. Some of them. No, I don't like him in this chat. I think he's banned on 1 or 2 of his accounts. If he makes another account in here, they'll get banned as well. I don't give them my time. Why would I? 4 cheaters in a day? Yes, it's probably the same person on different accounts, actually. Because they do that a few times. They make the accounts, they set them up in advance. Then boop, 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 boop. Go for it. How do you have daytime? I can change the time of day. It's a shame that you cannot. So when I load up in the session, I set it to about 8 AM. And then all reports I look at are during the day. 370, probably. It's gone now. That was, they didn't like that, no. Reversing straight out into the road and then driving off. I mean, if you were to see them coming, you would stop. If you were to see them moving out, wouldn't you slow down a little bit and just be a bit cautious? Why is there someone in the road, you know? That was an oopsie. And I don't want to do anything about it. It's a bit of an oopsie. I don't know the names. If that is your account, because the name sounds very familiar, then I have no idea. It does make the game look good. Now this one, there's a fun bug in the game that when this person delivers their job, because it might be a quick job, something funny happens. And it looks like that. And there's a lot of people there. It's a hidden location. Fun fact, that is 00 coordinates. That's what right there. You don't see yourself there because when you do a quick job, you'll be back in the menu, but you're physically still on. You're still existing in the game's world. On multiplayer, at least. Frankfurt Junction is busy. Ah, good. We've returned to normal, huh? Because we saw it, and whoever mentioned it in TikTok chat first said, "Why is it empty?" And I was like, "Yeah, why is it empty? What's up with that?" Noob? Who you calling noob? How you doing? Well, good. That was an attempted overtake. What did you do? You hit the trailer? Had to brake? Ah, because they all went... Attempt 2. It wasn't even this one's fault. If you're gonna cut someone off, potentially the one in front. Potentially. So you're stopping fairly early on. You've got very good brakes. Potentially too sharp. Maybe to accommodate for the fact that your trailer's a bit heavy. Ray, what does that mean? What are you saying? I don't know what that means. What road? Frankfurt to Prague. FP. They all did. You were alone there and now you're not anymore. Who? Though. 15 people show up. Yeah, if you're on a highway nearby where it would be, they will show on tab. Yeah, it's this really. That's so silly. Like the one little thing though, if you saw that in person, you just kick because you just see them briefly do that. Maybe they try to get in for the person later on, who knows? That's very silly, don't do that. Will we get another Idiots on the Road on YouTube? We might. What, from me? I don't do a specific series of doing that though. If I were to, I'm sure I'd have quite a bit of evidence from each stream. But those series work well because it's from the road side? From the POV of the person on the road, right? That's more like it. Yeah. There we go. It's only been 30 minutes and it's yes, I agree. But that does not mean you need to block the road and protest to try that. That's not quite what you meant to do. Completely agree with the message. Completely agree. Oh, now we're bumping into everyone, are we, eh? Wasn't a huge crash carnage. That's near the end of the Frankfurt end. See, Dill, you at the beginning of the stream said, why is it empty? And now it's not. So you either cursed it or caused it. By the way, they're still blocking while I'm doing this, so if they're still there afterwards, we would know. Maybe I won't include that because maybe it's lag, you know, potentially lag. However, oh, there we go. You've reloaded the save, yeah? You were there for so long, though. You were there for such a long time. What even happened? Maybe you'd have to report someone nearby. That's how I used to do it. At least you get 2 minutes worth of them being sideways. And then you just sort of skim through this to prove the point. Yeah. And there's the reload save. In their appeal, are they going to claim that I'm racist because I banned them? Therefore, as if I'm against their message? Probably. And I'll be like, hey, I agree with the message. I'm just saying that's not the way to do to exercise the message. What does play say? One says stop, the other one says racism. So stop racism. Great point. Yes. But, you know, a hacker, right? Isn't that just you? It's me. Yeah. Now, if I do this one, because this person's on a throwaway account with a Russian name, it's you, isn't it? You're going to take me to you. Yeah, look, it's the same one I saw earlier. You've got your attention now, you know? This one's the hacker. He's just not doing anything yet. That's a throwaway account. He says like, oh, it's my ID, because he knows what my ID is, because he has the checker thingy that they have to see our account names. It's taken from the website anyway. And, then yeah. Is it now clearing? Yes, it is, yes. It is very amusing though when you see them try and behave, because you know what they're going to do? They just want to like play the game for a few seconds, despite they still don't like the game that they're playing, but they're playing it. But just to be like, well, I'm going to stay in traffic. I'm going to be a good driver for about 10 seconds. And then maybe I'll do something else. That sort of thing. Is this Shed again? No, it might be someone else. And for saying they're hacking, maybe. How about this? Is this one you've just made? Different person? Different person. Ooh, what was that? That was not the kind of physics response I expected from that. The junction, there's chaos. Yeah, because there was someone blocking the road, and now the road needs to slowly clear out. Slowly. This one's also going the wrong way, of course. Red, Ponders, Zed, Archie, Ezra, welcome in. I wouldn't say FP's empty. It's not empty, not really. Don't like this, because you didn't win. Shame. Shame on thee. So now you've turned around, that's good. Now you're facing the right way, but... Oh, it's blocking and reckless as well, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Well, what are we gonna, like, it starts here. And then something else goes wrong, like you could say that they're going the wrong way, you could flag the wrong way part. Because it takes more effort to go the wrong way than it does to go the right way, due to how this stuff is laid out. You have to specifically go around all these barriers. Which is a bad idea. Are they moderating? Where can you find people after the Benelux? They are now on Frankfurt to Prague or Innsbruck to Klagenfurt, also known as the Alps. There are two roads where quite a lot of people are. I'm just gonna wait for a moment. Just want to see if this car keeps going across the road or not. Where do we switch? If they update the road, it will probably only really be the Prague end of it. Because the Frankfurt bit's fairly up to date. If they do, I have an idea of where we can go. It's in Switzerland. But we're not moving you there yet. That's the next plan, right? Pre-record, yeah, it's all fake. Even this stream is pre-recorded, believe it or not. You're actually talking to an AI of me, who just answers all your questions. CD back? Sadly, no. Sadly not. No. No, the era's done. After UK rework. We do. Where though?
Hello, big fan, big fan.
How about the M25? Should we make the M25 busy so it goes into a full loop?
Huh?
Big fans, you know. 82 months, big fan. Good job. And drinks all your water, yeah? There you go, there's another little bit of the water. It will never go to a good thing. Why did it get removed? Because it didn't exist in the real world. They wanted to turn it into the realistic layout that it is in the real world. And of course, there's no such thing as a 400-kilometer country road that takes you from France to Germany. That would be interesting. That would be interesting, even at this scale. I mean, it's 400 kilometers in game, and if you now times that by 19, because it's 1 to 19 scale, how long is the road? Does that even make sense? Like when you times it by that, does that even make sense? What about F2P? That technically doesn't exist. Well, actually, almost, because Frankfurt and Prague are basically near each other. That's not how it works, is it? You smoking? I am smoking. Like more than like around the globe. You have to do it the other way around. You divide it by. That is very big. That's very big. If you're putting it into 1-to-1, maybe you divide it by 19. This is 1 to 19. Is it 1 to 19? The distance isn't. Ah. That's the one. One of the videos I actually wanted to do, because you're mentioning CD, I'm not bothering with it now, is I wanted to do the thing of like, oh, all these people that go on CD Road day in, day out, they go up and down, up and down, up and down. How long would it have been if they were like going between two cities? You know, IRL, how long would it take them IRL to do it? How long would it take them in game to do it? If you were non-stop going back and forth? Very long time. How many laps could you get done? Quite a few. Evidently. Middlesbrough? They might. This is indeed a ban. Let's just recap now that I'm not talking over. There, so traffic clearly stops, and then we decide to sort of not stop. You could have just stayed there and then sort of waited for them to scoot forward a bit, but no, no. We wanted to now go in front of them. How long IRL does it take? Then times that by 19. Yes. Yes. That's probably what I meant with my wording, but it didn't really work. Don't know if you should join. You could. 5.5 hours. And depending on good traffic levels in game, maybe half an hour to go along the city road. Maybe a bit less than that. I remember Oos and a few others were doing a sort of challenge to see like how quick on a completely empty road you could go between them. Turns out it's fairly quick. Because this is assuming you don't really slow down at most of the corners. Double. 1 times speed. Yes. Quitter. Think of the follow. Be fair. Good name. What's this all the way through? Don't call me that. I'm going to delete the report if you call me that. I was charging the phone as well. I don't need to have that on charge now. Lovely. Political messages. In what degree? I wouldn't suggest you do any political messages. Like support of a particular politician? Or against? No. Probably best not to do that. Best Steam mod. In what category? In what sense? There's loads. Some will work if you do them on single player first. If that makes sense. Okay, don't be sad about that. Campaign face. The establishment, yeah. Why is it blocked off? To stop people from looping around and causing a blockage. In a loop. Good looking truck. You can do all of that to give yourself a good truck without mods. You can do with DLCs. If you mean DLCs instead, nice. You can make a good looking truck. You don't need mods. Now, if you do mean DLCs, then you can pick whichever tuning pack you want. There are good tuning packs to customize your vehicle. 8 for PM? No. No, I'd probably be way too woke, wouldn't I? All the wrong things. I would like to see a gas station on the other side. That's my suggestion. You have all the DLC and they're boring you out. Well, sadly, you won't be able to use any customizing mods on, did it again, on multiplayer from the workshop. So you'll have to use the DLC. How are they boring you? How are they boring you? Maybe you just haven't found the right combination of them that you like. Or maybe you don't like any of them and you like having a really plain looking vehicle. Mandatory good driving. That's kind of an expectation that shouldn't really be a law. Because it's kind of a thing that's in place anyway. But get cooking, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that one maybe not. But the other one, where they bumped in front and then slammed the brakes on, yes. Here. Already slowing down. and you did this for some reason. Why? Why? Will you be playing on Truckline? No. If you are on the platform, though, you can. Go for it. No, I won't. Well, I did. There, for a time, it was possible anyway. You had a beta for it, and apparently there is no open beta at the moment. You were able to try it. No, I don't know if there will be, because I'm not in charge of that. The fuel station on the other side, I said I'd like to see that, but that may not be the option they go with, if they are to change it and customize it and make it a bit bigger. Good evening, Alubi. Ow, look at the colour on that. Not quite Felix, well, partially Felix's. Just not the green part. This is Cologne. It's very nice. Have they rendered the buildings that would be the Köln-Messe? Because there's the cathedral. So it's over there somewhere. That's physics. Well, you'd hope that there'd be a little bit of a difference, because it's the first time they're adding something dedicated into the game that isn't a truck. So therefore, it's not going to be some scuffed model that's based on a truck. It's going to be different from a truck. So we'll have to see. Same with Road Trip. You'll actually be able to drive something that feels like you're driving a car. A car. What really was the problem? Like them being on the side of the road, or the merge, maybe? Like merging out in front of someone? Is that what it was? That's plenty of distance. That's fine. Almost 6 years. Big fan. Yeah. Steel dumper. Which one? Which steel dumper? So I don't really know where I'm meant to be looking for it on the maps. Because it's all kind of in this area. I don't know which side of the river it's meant to be on. I don't think it's really there, but I'm assuming it's some of these buildings. Because it is by an intersection. I think this estate here is meant to be the Messe. Yeah? Is it by the train bridge? Let me just check. Googly Maps. Oh, that's bright. What are we looking at? Cologne. Yes, it is. Yes. Okay. So looking from this way, you got that intersection, then you got the train line, and then that complex there that's kind of half finished. With the few buildings here, that's Köln-Messe right there. That's where Gamescom is. Half finished. Why is Patreon €6? Because that's what it is. You can choose to be it, and you get a bunch of perks in return. That's how Patreon works. You are in a tier of something to support a creator, in this case to support TMP, and then you get stuff in return. Yeah, a month. That's for the highest tier to basically get everything. Yeah, including the Scout. But the Scout won't always be limited to patrons. Just at the moment, it is. So if you really want to use it, go ahead. You can only be it for a month if you want. Try it out for a month. Then, if you still have the vehicle and you're still driving it, I'm assuming the server may not let you connect because you don't technically have access to the vehicle anymore. You'll have to swap. This merge is not going to work too well, is it? No, it might. Do you get paid? No, TMP is a volunteer thing. £8? You optionally added more? That's very kind of you. Yes, you can do that as well. There are a few people that are on Ko-fi, the support on Ko-fi. Think of Ko-fi as similar to Coffee, similar to Patreon. A few of them have upped it beyond the amount that I set. Very kind of them as well. The names that will be etched onto the new PC case, right? That was close. Now, people don't know how the zipper merge. No, what they're trying to do is both go at the full speed they can. Because you're limited to 60 and they want to try and get ahead of each other. Yeah. You're not the only one that sometimes gets a black screen, but there's a way of fixing that. One person said apparently do not move your mouse after loading the game in from where the play button would be on the new launcher. Otherwise, try again. Like, quit it and try again. Good job, good job, good job. You saved so much time. Crazy. So much time was saved. Etch the names of the people. Yeah, exactly. No, they'll be mentioned in the short thing, like, because I had the goal, this goal, I had another one which originally added up YouTube donations and trophy ones as well. It didn't count YouTube memberships though. So I do not have a goal amount that I don't count manually that calculates all the stuff I wanted to. Sadly. Patreon is a month payment, yes. It gets charged on the first of the month. He saved a week in 5 days. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He did. Look at how chill this is. This is normal. It's like you're watching just single player traffic. It's not busy, but there's still an okay amount. I'll put the camera here and I'll go BRB, alright? How's that? Your name? Yeah, Shed's name, the largest text. Yeah. Ty, welcome in. Kraz, we should follow. This is outside of Frankfurt. The city of Frankfurt is right over there. So you'd go down this way to go to the Frankfurt to Prague road. If you buy it on the 31st, yes, I guess so. Unless there's a window, like if you do it that close, it will count as, I don't know, why would you do it on the 31st? Technically, you know, maybe that's listed in the document, so if you do that, that's on you. It's on you. But it is a nice idea. No matter when you actually buy the thing, you get that first little bit, and then it renews fully for on the 1st. I don't have access to that. I don't know what truck it is. I built a bridge. Well, because technically it goes down this way as well. But yeah, we should just cut that out. Have a little bridge going up and over the train and then down. Just a little ramp down, why not? Alright, BRB, enjoy the quiz stuff. Holy number spam. What was the question? Maybe you got it right. Who knows? What was the question? Damn. Are you allowed to watch the stream while driving? If you crash and in your appeal, assuming you mean in-game, you say, oh, sorry, I was watching the stream. Oh, shit. That's not my fault. That's your fault. It's purely your fault. How many million years ago? 66. Isn't that the correct answer? I thought everyone knew about the whole 66 minutes. 65. Oh, nearly. I thought there's just one of those fun fact things that you're supposed to just know. Yeah? You just know it. No one got it. Well, now you know. The big meteor thingy that went down, the Chicxulub. You didn't even know. Hey, I was one off. I saw people saying every number under the sun there. Felix was genuinely counting up. For one of those. Which way do you need to go? To get to here? Or what? On appeal said 60. Good. 1 million years. Yeah, well, sadly, it's a bit more than 1 million years ago. The start of this road, Frankfurt, the city of Frankfurt, and then you head east out of the city. How to be a mod? You would apply when there's a form. You would be able to apply, and at the moment there's no form. It was giving answers. Yeah, I really wish that widget, maybe in the future, will work with other platform chat messages, and therefore the red platform might be able to join in. That'd be nice. I don't know how many there are. I need to look up on the widget page. It depends on the widget you actually choose from. I'm pretty sure there's around 80 plus questions, I think, to go through, which is plenty in one BRB session. The one that I've seen in a few other streams is a guess the word. And I don't think it's on that same site, so whoa, I don't know where that one comes from. As in 2 years. That may change a little bit. It's no bans within a certain period of time. Bang, indeed. Now, to be fair, you did slam your brakes on. You don't have any observational skills of slowing down in advance? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, all of them did it, and each one of them had less distance to stop in. They slow down, brake, 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 hit, just like that. All because one of the ones in front here had a bumpy leggy moment. That sucks. I'll give benefit of the doubt on that one. You should slow down, but for things that are kind of out of your expectation, what can you do about that? £15 because it's too big. The throne thing, I just added that. It's just funny. You don't need to use throne. Nah, it's silly. And it's very funny that there's that much shipping there. This is a nice paint job. Keep that overtaking in mind. This is now the Alps. We're back on the Alps. Alps. Innsbruck to Klagenfurt. Pop-up messages about the rules. I have that sometimes where it reminds me about things that I've already pressed against, which is silly. It's like the site has forgotten what preferences I had saved. Hello, Mr. Pastor. Welcome in. Good evening. How you doing? Dana was the only one you didn't actually know the answer. Photosynthesis, you couldn't spell it in time, and the mammal one you were going to do elephant first, but blue whale would have been your second answer. Was it for like largest mammal? Because yeah, the blue whale isn't really a fish. Well, technically a fish. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll have a look on the site for those. Because it's a shame that I can't have more than one of the same widget going, because then it would confuse the answers as we tried first time. And yesterday for a clip that you can't do anything. I didn't. I wasn't banning anyone for yesterday, Leon. I was driving yesterday, so it's not just me. But assuming because you said that you said I hit another truck, you've done your appeal, yeah? So stick to the appeal. Please keep it in the appeal. I didn't miss you, Moist. Someone said Moist, and I did it. 10 out of 13. Yes. Then I unban your friend. No. No. If they have a 3-month ban, that's their fault. That is a very long time. Very long time. I was the one that banned you. I don't think I did it yesterday, though. You mean Monday? Monday was when I was doing more of this stuff. Unless you mean the video was added. In which case, yes, the video would be by me. If I banned you. Could be last week, maybe, yeah. Not yesterday, though. No, yesterday I was driving. I didn't issue any bans yesterday. That one, they turned too sharply. Bit laggy. No, I think that's your steering. The steering's a bit steep. Way too far to the left there. Please fix your steering. Oh my god. Rainy weather, yeah. Rain is a whole other thing to go into. The amount of people that have rain enabled and they're driving like it's dry. There is a difference. You will take a bit longer to stop. You might slide a little bit more. It is there. It is simulated. It might not be 100% realistic, but it is there. Rain isn't just visual. Some people really need to know that. Not saying specifically you, but... And then they blame the rain. And I'm just saying, hey, if you're going to drive in busy places, just don't have rain on. If you're going to drive in the middle of nowhere, sure, turn it back on again. Alps. Oh, it's the army-looking truck. Ah, with massive trailer. Felix saw it before. 24th? Yeah, that would be it. That would be it. Those appeals will be dealt with. We would have 2 hours on the game. Yes. I think to a degree, if we had to do a few different levels of proper simulation, I think 2 hours is a bit low for that. You need a bit more than that. A bit more than 2 hours. Slipped and you crashed? Exactly, exactly. I'm just not having it on. Not having it on. Yep. Especially at high speed, indeed, indeed. Take your time, you know. Just like the challenge, take your time. Well, I mean, they are moving to a degree. There's not a load of people behind them yet. However, where are you now? Because you clearly didn't get that far. Or maybe you did. Are they still going? They came up from the other way. Maybe they did. No, that's not the 3 big ones. No, no, no. It was 1 large one and then 2 smaller ones. No, no, du jour. The curves, yeah. Look at the curvy roads. No, there's no one on those. He went around here and it was on this part when the report ended, so he would have continued up this way. Now, no one there, and I wouldn't think he'd be going down all this way in that short amount of time. No. No, no, definitely not. Maybe they quit, yeah. Maybe they got hit by someone. Is this the same one? Yes, it is. Maybe. Look, FP, we are doing reports that go back and forth between the two. Some of the reports are FP, some of them are not. This is Hamburg. Cooked. You finally got something that works, but does it work on TMP though? If you use mods, there's a high chance it won't work. What have you made? I want to see it. Take a picture. Put it in the Discord server. That was close. You needed a bit of a wide turn, yeah. Orange mode to use your phone, yes. Of course. Look away from your screen as much as possible. Hello, Mahesh. DC, join the server. And also, reminder again, slowly chasing a goal to reach 20k on the purple platform. So to those lurking around in the other platforms, feel free to pop on over and make that number go up. Go for it. Join us on the purple one. Same username everywhere. Dribble trailers, no, they can be allowed. If you're blocking the road though, then it's blocking. They take a heavy combination because of the challenge, that it may be a struggle because of transmission and so on. But you can still be blocking, so that's not a fault of the trailer, it's a fault of you. Really? You are blocking the trailer. You're allowed to go 85, yes. You're allowed, even on a highway, to go, yeah, you can go 110 as long as you're still in control of your vehicle. If you have to suddenly slow down, it might take you a bit longer. This was fine, unless it's one of those where the person took so long to report. Why are you sitting there? This is Sim 1, yeah. How long can it be? Up to a few days, but they will be responded to soon. If you mean my one. That was a report, yeah. Look, we're on CD. This is the Duisburg part. Because he's sitting here, yeah, so this person can't reverse. Still there? Yes, you are still there. He could do a ban for that. I just want to just get them off the road. I don't think you can even trigger the sleep icon if you're in that part. You have to be in one of the actual bays, don't you? Surely you do. Wow, look at that. 26 people. 30 people. Dead. Damn. The only one with a 180-degree wheel? Probably not the only one, but that must be very interesting to steer with. You may not be able to upgrade at the moment. Please be careful. Public now, not on stream. If I were to look and solve it on stream, you wouldn't see me doing it because I can't show it. We don't show appeals or web reports because of all the deets, the information. Button for them. There is, I think. In container trailers, there is actually a hidden button to make them extend. If it has that function. I think it turns it into the one where instead of the wheels being right in the back, the wheels are in the normal place for a trailer. I don't know if it is only the container trailer though. Yeah, if it works at 180, that's fine. Make sure your in-game is also set to 180 so it doesn't appear too confusing for you. And then you'll just have to turn the wheel however much you need to. And if you ever do go up to something like 900, you'll soon realize how nice that is in comparison. $60 is not too low, no. Between 60 and 80 is the average for most of those country roads, given the turns that you'd be going around. I don't think there's any sign that tells you what the speed limit is on that road. Maybe your on-screen GPS will tell you if you've got the speed limit thingy on. Why? Sorry, shut up. Okay now. Huh? Did they knock their keyboard? Okay, that's a bit mean. Did they knock their keyboard? I think so. Or you can send pics. If it is a pic of your vehicle in the ETS2 media channel. Yeah. No, interesting. Why though? It was on 25th. You can make the appeal at any time. Yes. That's fine. Now, hold on for that one. What did they say? Because it looks like it has half of one of the bad words. I'm very, very curious. I know the first line is very obvious, but I'm curious of the other line. What that means. What does that mean?
65 years
Phillips.
Sam getting oiled.
Oh, the last one is just calling him a jerk. That's what that means. It's akin to calling someone just an idiot, really. Such a jerk. Still wouldn't suggest insulting someone. There's an ETS2 media channel. Have you joined our Discord server? Not the TMP Discord server. ETS2 ATS media. It should be there. Should be there. A few people have joined today. Are you one of them? Do you see it? Not online media. That's different. Got it? Drama. 5 stream.
Huh?
Hopefully they see it. Hopefully. 200 people there are. There are not as many on the Alps. Frankfurt to Prague is definitely the best one. Hello, Temp. You tagged me in a random video. Why? Don't do that. You found the server. Good. 5-year streak.
Huh?
5-year streak. Alexander, welcome. Iceman, welcome. That's a name I didn't read out before. Drift attack mode. Oh, are they still showing the kind of showcase stuff? Anything cool also in these kinds of games? The only thing I can imagine that if SES were to do it is just showing more of the stuff that's already been revealed. There's nothing new to unveil yet. Video-wise. For both games. Buying a new PC. I am buying bits of a new PC. That's what you think. Yeah, maybe there's more. Who knows? Tons of remakes and everything else in progress, and then suddenly there's more. If all train tracks are used, you'll have to stop 3 times, potentially. Oh, when you fulfill the request. It's just a random video to have. It's just a direct clip of my proper video. It has been sent. New PC. Yeah, your reason. The thing is, on my list of stuff, it doesn't include RAM. Yet. Yeah, for now it's just fans and the case. Which will help. Because I'm pretty sure in the current case, the big stuff may not fit. Maybe not. You go around, but you didn't actually go around. Yeah, you just turned from the other lane. Yeah. The 69, yeah, exactly. This is my cooking. Not too bad. If you like that, then use it. Not too bad. Yeah, room for improvement to match other people's things that they think look nice. I can think of a few things I would change, but then it would just look like mine and it wouldn't look like yours. You see? Good start though, because it's a Scania. Good start. Bonus points because it's a Scania. No, you don't have to delete it. It's just a random one. Just a random video. 64 gigs of RAM. Make yourself poor in the process. You know how much that costs? That's exactly why it's not on the list yet. Yeah, on the Ko-fi page, the description, if I am going to do another goal for the other components, I will write down exactly what I'm thinking of getting. But for case and cooler and stuff, that's chosen out. That has been ordered. 128. But it needs to be like the top, like 6,000 megahertz, like the really crisp, top of the range RAM. Or cooler. They knocked to a D15. G2. Fun fact, I remember discussing that type of cooler, it might have been the D15 or D12, one of those, with Samis, because he was into, or maybe still into tech stuff, before COVID. Very, very long time ago, I remember he mentioned that type of cooler. And only now I'm getting it. It might have been the first version, but now there's a G2, which is slightly better. So I'm like, yes, I'll go for that. It's because AIO coolers are nice, but I just can't be bothered. Just get a fan one. A fan is fine. If you've got enough airflow going through it, the fan will do its job. 1,000 euros. Yeah. Yeah. There was a screenshot I showed the other day, or the other week maybe, of just an example of some RAM I saw. It looked really nice. It had some RGB and whatever on it. That was, I think it was about $2,000. Yeah. I'm saying, sorry, that's good, but why would you change lane like that? There's a person next to you. You nearly hit them when you left the roundabout in the first place. 1 terabyte of RAM. If you can find at least 2 sticks of 512, because they say the best optimization for it is 2 sticks, not 4 sticks. Don't really know why. Currently I have an AIO, yeah, in the current case. Because at the time when I got this, that was a good idea, I guess, like it was nice. I don't know if it is the same one. I think it is something of that sort. Because I had to change it near the end of last year. And I think I got the same one again. Yeah. Before the AI boom, people used to get an entire PC for a pretty good price. Like a good build was maybe 2,000. The entire thing, 2,000. Yeah. This is just off the Frankfurt to Prague road, going the other way. Using an OLED monitor. I have no idea if it is OLED or not. These specs are on the purple platform in the panels below. So if you want to look at them and see whether they are, you can. Missed your streak message? No, hang on a minute. You did it the other day, didn't you? It's not in my list. No, it is in my list. 455. And Killua was 165. They didn't show up in one of the other places I'm looking at. Sure, buddy, you wish, keep dreaming. What was that in response to? That talking about RAM? Why is there a lot of people going this way? Surprised it's not dead yet. I think that's why it did. Because near the end of last year, I think during one of the power cuts, it didn't turn on. Because then the computer went into its safeguarding mode, because when the CPU gets too warm, it turns itself off, because the cooler wasn't working. So, I immediately got another one. I was like, just slap that in, thank God it turns on, we good. I'm not too bothered about the aesthetics because I don't see the case. It's on the floor, so I'm not bothered by it. I don't want loads of RGB. And also I don't want one of those fancy cases where it's surrounded by glass. Wanting on. Oh yeah, probably. I'm not bothered about the warranty. If it works, then yeah. Club. 8GB laptop. Nice bump. 2 bump. That's an oof. Yeah, so that sort of stuff is in the distant future, you know? If AI ever does crash, which it's heading towards that, then why are they all going this way? Is this to kind of cut the traffic first, or... No, this is different. This is a different part. This leads down to the road, though. Interesting. Because it's blocked. I've seen loads of AI posters. I've seen people roasting them as well. The AI restaurant ones. I saw one thing of one person going out to then request something they saw for purpose for review. And the thing wasn't even on the menu to begin with. Doesn't exist. I just made the report. I just made the report. How does it not exist? I mean, I just saw the thing happen. There's too many things in this area, so what I have to do then, because I can't fully review it, as I did mostly see what they were doing, but I'll have to do that. But it could be a case of the other person pushed them out of their lane, and then they were trying to get back into their lane, blah, 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 don't push. But, you know. This one works. That's interesting, isn't it? Report doesn't exist. I think it's when too much stuff is going on, too much data. Admin block the entrance. They're still trying. Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, it was empty, and then within about 30 minutes, it was back to normal. When I say normal, I mean like the entrance was busy with people again. Jim, thank you for the gift. Dennis, welcome in. Yeah, it was busy. The alternative road most people take. I see. I mean, I get the idea of it. You cut out the first part. No, so they can. No. Imagine if that's the same one we saw before. It wouldn't be because they're banned, but that looks like the same. There's the stop racism one. Blocking the ramp. Oh, that could be why. Is Storm doing it? Because Storm's not here anymore. What was the point in that, right? That's one of my favorite types of overtakes. The person that overtakes one person in a hurry. One person. That's the only person they could overtake because they were oncoming people. It's not good. You apologized for it. I'm glad. Why did you do it? Well, do you know Grace? I do know Grace. Why? What have they done? Spear, what's up? What are you screaming at me for? Slay? Slay Queen? Slay Queen? You're not really slaying right now, though. Not very slay of you. Is it the same one? Because the other guy was lagging a lot. Is this fake lag, then? Is this the same thing? Has to be, because the other one was really, really stuttery. And crashing everywhere. Huh? Only ram your blind as a dodge. Oh yeah, brother. Look, it's... You gotta know that you're lagging, right? There's a limit that I think it's crossed. Like, lag by itself is something, but I'm really skeptical of this type of lag. Just constant, you know. How can you drive like that if you are actually genuinely oblivious to the lag and you're just crashing everywhere? What's the idea? I'll rate your try. I saw it. I gave my review. I gave my review. Verbally. Didn't delete it. Not there. I said it was okay. If you like what it is, then please use it after you had your argument with yourself about how nothing you liked, nothing you did was good. It can have room for improvement, and if I were to improve it, it would then look like my truck, which is not your truck. That's what I said. Yeah, you'll get timed out if you keep spamming in caps. Yes, because that's not necessary. Don't shout. Indoor voice. Here's our friend, see? I think. I don't know. This may not be them. This one doesn't have the sleigh thing on it. This may not be them. Where would they go? Where would they be then? It was the same car. Dare I ask? I'll leave that other one. I'll keep it in mind though. Keep it in mind. That's the same one. See them stuttering again? Still? How can you drive like that? I was distracted by these 5 people here. Oh, if you posted another one, I will tab out and have a look at that in a second. I only saw the first picture. Look, 115. Was this me reporting someone else? I think it was, right? Yes. Yes. That's what I was looking at. See, memory of not very good. Is it the one coming up the hill? Yep. Not even trying to stay in the correct lane. 3 more. You want me to give my favorite of the 3? Yeah, no brakes. No, yeah, you're braking on the corner there, yep. Yeah. You're not overtaking, technically, you're just wrong side of the road, that kind of thing. Good job. Good job. Why is it so expensive to repair? How much damage do you have? If you have a fully damaged truck, by the way, that still costs 100k to repair. Where's he at? This one. Here's the sleigh. Full-time job. Moderating TMP, no, but making content on this game and editing, yes. 400k to buy, yes. It's an expensive vehicle, you know? And then, where would they be now? Because this is from where the suspect was. Did they move off? Unless that was the only time I did see them. That's the point, because the suspect is here now. O2? You've just made O2. Longest journey? Yes. Quite literally top to bottom of the map. For now, until there'll be another one. Now, what I'm saying though is, why isn't Honings to Istanbul the choice? Is Portugal further south? Surely, Istanbul is also a very long distance away. Instead of going down and to the west, you're going down to the east. Is it not? I'm using graphics mod. The Snowy Moon graphics mod. The lighting mod. Is this going to be both because he doesn't want to give his space up? Got banned for 3 months, 4th time in a row. That's crazy. Great job. If you're saying great job to me, you should be saying great job to yourself, because that's very impressive. Do you know why you got that ban? You know why it's that long again? What were you doing? 4 times in a row. Is very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Going to report him. Are you saying that The suspect, well, whoever it is, it was whoever, but yeah, this one got banned. Player did more, yes. Alright. Firstly, those pictures. First truck, okay, you've added a few more lights to it. Quite a lot of stuff going on, that's interesting. This one good, yeah, that's not too bad. A lot of save editing. Okay, the third one... Sphere, you listening? The third one is a downloaded save. No. I'm not saying it's bannable, I'm just saying get rid of it, don't use it. Disgusting. Remove it, use one of the 2 other ones you posted about. It's so silly that particular one that everyone uses. Just no. Just no. Hello, Jet 2 Big Fair. First ban for 6 months for going 111. Ah, you wouldn't get a ban for that. For a hill. No, because we know that. Gonna get banned. No, not for using it. It's not a ban. I'm just saying preference-wise, it is a terrible save. You showed your first one that you made, and that looks way better than the third one. So in my opinion, don't use the third one. There we are. And that's happened all while I was tabbed out. Yeah? I did miss the crash. Throw to Viborg. Yeah, the DAF is nice as well. DAF is nice. Either one of those, not the third one. Just for overtaking. It's fair. Well, yeah, if you keep doing bad overtakes, maybe are you impatient? Lots of those happen due to impatience. Okay, you went in a straight line. Did your game tab out here? That could be genuine, because you notice how they're slowly losing speed as well? They're not changing direction or anything. Maybe leggy, maybe something appeared on it. Keyboard could have died. That sucks if that is the case. Could alt tab maybe. Yeah, but at least you can see when that happens. Rest of it seemed fine. Wouldn't you want to explain what happened? He only said sorry. Wouldn't you just tell them what happened? Like, oh, sorry, this caused this to happen. You know, that sort of thing. How many mods? Mods on the team? Quite a few. Quite a few. Quite a lot of people. X left me with another stranger. Is it poetic? That's deep. That's deep. What about a guy who's got 956 clips? Well, I have many more than that. Calling someone jobless doesn't help you. You're the one that got the ban, remember? For the 4th time in a row, you said? You're gonna get another one? Or your mod's banned for nothing? What do you mean banned for nothing? I didn't ban the previous person. If I did, then yeah, that would be for nothing. Adam, you can't generalize like that. That's not how the real world works. You can't just say all of you do the same thing. And people that do say that have likely been one of the ones that be banned as well, which I understand. Can't do that. Yeah, have a recorder for your own POV. Alps? Back in the Alps. Jake, I'm doing well. How you doing? A good position indeed. When I'm just like chilling in between reports, I just have the camera looking at wherever, and then yeah. I do remember that name. Peel. I do remember that. I probably said it wrong several times. You get hit head on by someone going the wrong way, but it's not banned. Is it a case of you got banned first for something and then they got banned afterwards? How about you record it? Or something similar? You know? How about that? for a while now. Good. I'm glad. It's very easy to not get a ban, surprisingly, to stay unbanned. Fourth time in a row, that's not possible. No, it is, because every single time you've had it, the previous 2 have added up. So if you were to go in the correct order, so first 3 are normal length, then it's 1 month, then it's 3 months. If you get another 3 month, that, even if the first few have expired, that's because the 1 month and the 3 month added up. Then if the 1 month expires, you still got 2 3 months. So that's your third 3 month, of which the first and second 3 month add up, and now your fourth one is because all of the previous in general have added up. That's how that works. So if you get a 5th one, it will be because the previous 2 have added up again. What a map. The Alps. Innsbruck. 5,300. See, surely that would be longer than going to Faro, wouldn't it? You accidentally booped an admin. Well done. It was the Skoda. Skoda drivers do like to take advantage of the vehicle they're in, but you shouldn't say that the Skoda is the bad one. It's the driver. Like, see? Put them in a truck and they'll do the same thing. All your reports the players are not banned is usually because they time out. Unfortunately, a lot of these reports... Am I the only one doing it? No, there's one other person. All of these will eventually time out. That, because they didn't fully endanger the other person, but I wouldn't suggest overtaking, that would be a kick. For that exact example. Even though, don't recommend, and there's a lot of people nearby, to be considered like bad overtake. In that particular instance, why are you in a rush? I will always ask people that.